you're going to need to learn as much skill as possible. You need to invest in yourself, you need to invest in your skill, you need to invest in your tools. Yeah, another video for you. Just talking to some guys yesterday, and something cropped up that I don't think people really realize how much you have to put into this job and how hard it can be. Everyone just sees the glamour, well, if you could call it glamour, the relative, working with celebrity acts, working with bands, touring the world, doing all of those amazing things, getting to go to festivals and gigs and ending up in all these crazy situations, doing gigs and all this kind of thing. But there's a few things that you have to realize, is that this is not easy. This is not an easy job. It's not an easy way of life, because there's a lot of sacrifices. I'm not trying to poo-poo it, I'm just trying to bring a bit of reality to the situation. But for me there's a lot of pros and a lot of cons, but definitely the pros outweigh the cons. But what you have to really realize is that this job and it's essentially a lifestyle, so you're getting into a job which is going to consume your life. But if you can make it work to your advantage and utilize what the job brings, and bring that into your life, then you can make a good career and a business out of working in music and all that kind of thing. So but yeah, I was talking to some people yesterday, and they were just the thing that came out of the conversation was that all they want to do is just flash lights and work with bands. And it's like, well, yes, that is essentially what we all want to do, but there's a lot more that comes with this particular job and this business that you're gonna have to really get good at to do what you want to do. So you're gonna have to get good at getting clients, you're gonna have to get good at retaining those clients, you're gonna have to get good at design, you're gonna have to get good at pitching your designs, drawing your designs, you're gonna have to be technical, you're gonna have to be able to travel well. Some people can't travel well. You have to be able to operate on no sleep. That is a fundamental thing in this industry. You realize that, especially when you're out on tour and things like that. Even when you're not on tour, if you're juggling multiple bands, you have to realize that you're constantly going to be working, and if you're working across the world on different projects, if a band's going to be touring around the world, which they generally do, you're going to be working with all different time zones, so your sleeping pattern gets really messed up. There's a lot of things which on the surface people don't recognize, and then when they actually see the stark reality of what comes with the job, it scares people a little bit, and you just have to be ready, and you have to have a thick skin and be ready to take rejection, and learn how to run a business, how to manage people, because inevitably, if you're a designer, you're going to have to juggle multiple designs at any one time. So you need to manage people, bringing them in to operate your shows for you, because you obviously can't be everywhere at one time. Needs to manage finances, insurances. You can see in our art of light and design category inside the website that we run through some of the stuff in there, and we're constantly adding to this to try and bring you videos and tutorials on things that you're going to need to know to help you skill up. And there's basically, it really comes down to it is you need to get into the mindset of you need to be driven for one, and you need to know what you want to achieve. Do you want to be an LD? Do you like the actual designer, not the operator, not the lighting director? You want to go out there work with the clients, and design the shows, work with other creatives and collaborate on the show. You need to make the decisions of where you want to go with this, and then set your goals, and then get good at everything that comes with that. Because if you want a career in this industry, then you're going to have to do that. There's no getting away from it. And as you grow and as your business grows, you need to look at outsourcing as much as you can. So, for example, me personally, this is my take on it. When I was solo and not part of Mandylights, when I was kind of started out and all that kind of thing, I would deal with everything from accounts to all of going out, getting clients, everything. So it never stopped. But then when I got home from tour, I would then have to sit down and do all the paperwork and the accounts and all that stuff as well. So that was really a turning point when one day I realised that I really didn't want to be doing that. So then I hired an accountant. So I already had an accountant which he dealt with like all of the year-end stuff and things like that, but not a kind of one that took care of all the books and outsourced a lot of tasks. And that's what you have to do as you grow, and you have to recognize what tasks you can outsource. There's no use being an absolute control freak. You need to be the puppet master, so to speak. You need to pull it all together and actually put in skilled people who can help you and deal with things when you're asleep almost, because that's what you want. You want a business that runs 24 hours, especially in this industry like we have. We've got a 24-hour workflow, so the business never stops, and we've worked hard to get that, and because we recognise what we need. But yeah, outsourcing is key. But just jumping back to my original point, you're gonna working hard in this industry is it's gonna get you far, but you also need to have the other skills of being really creative, pulling some good things out the bag. You constantly need to have good ideas, practical good ideas. People want to work with people, designers who are practical, who know the ins and outs of how a show goes together and are not just proposing things which will never work. So you need to get good at all of the skills, which is what we're trying to do with Mandylights U. We're trying to bring as much as we can to the platform, and it's, as I've said before, it's a huge task, but we've started it, and we're constantly updating. We're recording videos daily to try and bring you as much as we can, as fast as we can, to get the information out there and help as many people as we can, because there's nothing I like more than I want to help people in this industry get ahead, because it's ultimately going to benefit the industry if everyone has similar knowledge base and skills and things like that. It's because over the years I've just recognized so many holes in knowledge and what people know, and especially like say when we pull in like operators and things like that to work with us freelance people. These freelance people should be really up to scratch on everything if they want to, if you're freelance and you want to have as many opportunities as possible to work for LDs as programmers or operators or whatever, that's where you want to be. You're going to need to learn as much skill as possible. You need to invest in yourself, you need to invest in your skill, you need to invest in your tools. Go out there and buy the relevant softwares that everyone's using. You need to use these things, and there's none of this. There should be none of this like, oh well, I'll just get by. You need to invest, and the more you invest in yourself, ultimately then it opens up a hell of a lot more opportunities to you than just not knowing that information. For example, like if you were just looking to support other like actual designers and be a programmer, and be the lighting director on the tour and things like that, and you didn't want to deal with the client side and all that stuff, then your job is to actually skill up and know the consoles inside out, know how to deliver the show for the LD, you know, and that is what your remit needs to be, and you need to get as much skill in your brain as possible, and learn as many different softwares, as many different consoles as you know, and actually use that to your advantage and tell as many people as possible, yeah, I know this, I can do this, and blah 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 blah. Write your CV almost. You know, and why not then use and learn Vectorworks, for example, because you know, designers need help with drawing and technical drawings and plots and all that kind of thing, and that then opens you up to helping LDs when you're not out into it, or even when you are out into it, and help and actually drawing and helping them draw. You know, add that skill to your toolbox, and you know, you need to actually actively be constantly learning, because there's so much new shit that comes out constantly in this industry, and this, you know, the new software, new console software, new drawing software, new hardware. You know, there's millions of things out there, and again, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring everything to Mandylights U so we can help you do that. But it's up to you at the end of the day. It's up to you to actually go out and be constantly learning. You need to be a sponge, you know. Think back to when you were a kid, and everything that you know you used to experience would just sink into your brain, and you were a sponge when you were a kid, and you need to develop that skill again now, because it's going to help you, and it's going to make you more valuable, and you know, you need to, like I said, just add more skills. Anyway, so again, back to the original point of, like, you need to recognize that this industry is going to be hard, and it's going to be hard work. It's going to be a lifestyle. It's not going to be a job. And if you're ready for that, and by the way, you know, I'm saying all of this just to have a bit of a reality check, but in essence, this job is amazing because you get to do amazing things. You get to do you get to work with some phenomenal people. You get to travel to some places you would never ever go, even on holiday, and experience things that you would never ever experience just as, you know, normal Joe blogs from, you know, down the road. And you know, those things outweigh how hard the job is. That's why people love it, and that's why, you know, delivering the show and having the crowd screaming when the lights drop at the top of the show and things like that, those things really outweigh how hard this job is. And you know, the rewards are just phenomenal, and that's why so many people do this job, is because it is a very rewarding type of employment and type of career. So, you know, just be ready is all I'm saying. You know, get into as much as you possibly can to make yourself more valuable, and learn as many skills as possible, because it's going to help you, and just be constantly learning. Never sit back and go, oh well, I know that now, I'm good, because you're not really, and things move so fast. You just need to be constantly on the move, and you know, be nimble, and try and think that you're always trying to get one over on somebody, even if you're not. You know, like, hypothetically, just think, well, I need to skill up on this because I'm getting one up on, I don't know, make some character up or whatever. But you know, like, you need to be constantly developing yourself, is what I'm saying. So anyway, guys, little one for you there, and I hope it helps a little way to getting you on your way to being fully fledged lighting designers, or at least some kind of career in the music industry. And yeah, so alrighty, I'm gonna go and enjoy some of this sunshine. Obviously I've got a bit of work to do, record more videos and things like that, but cool. Alright, catch you on the next one, guys. See you, bye.